Greetings everybody and welcome to another video. Today we are doing another Salt and Bitterness, or Bitter and Salty, I think is the title. But it's not really going to be that angry of a video because this is the disappointed dad tone of I'm not mad at you, I'm just disappointed that you chose this. Do better. Yeah, so anyway, today's topic is about the Veritas units. I just want to go on record as saying I am a big fan of the Veritas units. I've been a fan of the Veritas units since the FFBE days. You know, I like armor sets. Armor is always just so cool looking, especially when it goes like medieval fantasy with, I love elemental stuff. Like that's one of the things that's always fun to me when you have elementals, like things fighting against different elements. Like in Hearthstone, elementals is one of my favorite tribes, just creatures made of pure elements. That, you know, it really does coalesce into, boy oh boy, did I really love the design of the Veritas units. You look at them, they got these really cool armor sets, they've got their own respective elements, which means they're kind of like masters of that element, and the artwork for them looks so cool always. And that's great. That's awesome. Like, I love the theming of all of the Veritas units. But the rollout has been a little bit more than disappointing for me. And this is a personal take, but that's what these videos essentially are. You know, for people who want to vent their frustrations, go ahead. Just a general reminder, though, we do have a rule for the comments, so careful about those. But yeah, like the Veritas unit, like when Veritas was such a great breath of fresh air, as a matter of fact, of just being like, here he is, you completed most of the story, here you go, and then go do some reliquaries, and there's a bunch of reliquaries you can do to get more coins for him, so you can upgrade him pretty quickly when Veritas has been in the meta for a good long while. Like, everything looked bright and fantastic when Veritas came out. It really did. And in my most, I guess, bitter and salty, just for the title, I have found that the other Veritas units have been more disappointing by a lot, from both Earth Veritas and Water Veritas being put into like JP News, but then not obtainable for weeks, like a week in some cases, where, you know, like you can see them, the friend units in the game, but you can't use them at all. And while there, you know, there's updates for these characters that come out over time, like their limit bursts, their dream enhancements, and weapons, it does, you know, the amount of time that it takes to build the later Veritas units has been, you know, a little frustrating. And I get it. They're using these as essentially elongated content where they are designed by the developers to essentially last for like 2 months, as a just give people things to do for amounts of time. And I don't begrudge that, but it is a little less fun for me, who has been, yes, again, my personal take, for me who wants to get these units, build these units, and use these units in a reasonable time frame from when they first come out. There's nothing to say that these units won't still be good down the months down the line. Water Veritas is being used in water elemental teams right now. Earth Veritas will probably be a decent enough tank, even by the time he is obtainable for most people. But it's getting, to me, like this feeling of generally being worse and worse and worse feeling, where the amount of time and the requirements for getting the characters feels a little too much, and a little too much busy work. Like, again, I feel like boost login numbers and all of this. I don't care about that at all. I'm not on their side for that. But, you know, with just the expectation of how Wind Veritas was set up versus Water and Earth at this point, Earth is The one, though, that I think has been more backbreaking, because Arena is something that you can essentially do on your own. It's your own prerogative. And I mean, Arena's always going to be around. There is very few reasons that Arena has shut down ever uh, that I can think of off the top of my head. But this this thing right now is the thing that's really pissing me off. First of all, like, two as opposed to one? Why? I mean, other than just more busy work for high-end guilds, low-end guilds just get such shit on because the amount of resources that you do get is so bad. And this is speaking as a guy who is part of a guild that has lost a ton of people because of shitty game decisions and everything. So now we're essentially suffering. We can't get coins as fast to any kind of amount. But then it's just the pettiness of the system too, which makes me feel petty as well, of being like, well, it's a limited week. We're not going to give you any coins in a limited week. We're already giving you lapis. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, fuck you. Like, there can't ever be a week where, you know, it's a special week. You can get double. But then the the absolute shit rollout of Guild War constantly, where Guild War is feels so often now like it's being canceled because of bugs, because of issues, while they're trying to roll out this reserve system, which everybody does not, well, almost everybody does not like, is just garbage. And they just do this, where like right now, it's like 4 days of no Guild War, and you cannot earn coins. You can't earn coins at all. There's no compensation for it. Why the fuck would they do that? They're just not doing it. So yeah, like, this is absolutely atrocious for how bad the implementation of this is, how bad the thought process of this is. And it makes me wonder for PvP, because Fire Veritas is going to be for PvP. How bad is that going to be? And the answer could be bad if they are going to try out to roll out a system to make PvP more expensive. Because why not? They did it for Guild War. They're probably going to do it for that because there's not much quality of life, so they have to be working on something, right? Anyway, to sum up my feelings, Wind Veritas, excellent introduction, very good. Water Veritas, at your own leisure, for the most part, although she is my favorite, so I was impatient. Earth Veritas, absolute dog shit implementation, and the devs should be embarrassed for how bad it is and how negative it feels for lower guild player, like just not many coins, opportunities taken away, and there's no bonus, there's no nothing to make even like these like generally free characters palatable for low tier players or lower guild players. Like, just fuck it. And the worry about Fire Veritas also being a negative experience, because that's the trend that it's going, generally worse and worse, and until we have otherwise, I'm not holding out much hope that Fire Veritas is going to be too fun. And then we have the other 4 Veritas that have not come out: Ice, Lightning, Light, and Dark, which are coming maybe sometime in the near future, but I think I remember seeing something that they might not be coming till like the 5th year. Don't quote me on that. Don't say anything. I am not a reliable source of information on this one. I am simply saying that it seems like, from my memory, that there was something about it. And yeah, woof. If that's the case. But I just wonder, if feedback is negative, are they just going to switch the other 4 to gacha? Are they going to do that? Because they could. They theoretically could. And it might be overwhelmingly met with more positivity with how this is. Or are we going to have to do this song and dance again, where Light and Dark are going to be the 2 PvP, and, you know, we're going to get essentially Ice or Lightning as the generally easier one to get, and the cycle will be in anew. I honestly don't know. It's content stretched out over way too much time for me. I think that just the way Earth Veritas has just been stupid in terms of it, because you are dependent on others, and sure, I could abandon my guild. I could go out and probably find another guild. I have a strong enough team that I can make a case for going to some higher tier guilds, and my Japanese is total shit, so I could get by. But just feeling that's just one more thing of feels bad, of just being like, I have to abandon a group of players I've been playing with for a very long time, that I have, I enjoy going to the Discord and everything. And why should this be the choice that players? Why does everything in Wotv have to come back to feeling bad 99% of the time, where it's just like, you're not in a good enough guild, you don't get coins, you can't do PvP because of whatever reason. Feel bad. I don't know. The Veritases were really excited when they announced, and it's been a sliding scale of shit, and I don't know if it's a really good thing if we're doing this again. And it's simple. Just give more coins. Let people use these bloody units in a reasonable time frame. But that's not the agenda here. The agenda here is drawn out as long as possible, because we don't have much in the way of content, which is probably going back to the whole cutting cost. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you feel about the Veritas units. Is my opinion completely wrong? Am I an idiot? Am I a genius? Probably not the latter, but you never know. Either way, venting some frustration at the end of the day feels a little bit better. And again, not mad, just disappointed. Later.